What's going on, guys? This is Pikachu OTC from Simple Trade. Welcome to a new weekly review, and on this weekly review I'll be talking about some potential runners for the next week and even potential runners for the near future. The first stock of which I'll be talking today will be ADHC. This is the first time that I'm covering up on this channel, and before I'll begin talking about the fundamental of this stock, let's take a look at the chart. What happened around 2021? You can see two huge runs, 1,300% of a run and another 1,000% of a run in about a couple of months period. And right now the stock is very low considering the previous prices, and as you can see it is at the price of 0038 with a lot of room to go up. It has a lot of channels that it needs to break to go to these kind of prices, but let's cover it up right now. So as you can see, ADHC is on about 7 to 8 green days rally with about 100% of a run, but the real volume came in the last 2 days. You can see here 20 million volume and then another 22 million volume. This is relatively low volume because this is not more than $70,000 to $80,000, but you can see that with these two $20 million volume, the stock went up about 50% in only 2 days. So just imagine what could have happened if a massive volume comes all of a sudden. So what's going on with ADHC? That company previously announced a joint ventures and acquisition agreement with a CBD company called Rolls Choice. Now Rolls Choice has over 80,000 social media followers, and it looks like they have pretty big exposure, but that's not the end of it. On May 19th, right where the volume started picking up, the company tweeted, "ADHC management is glad to announce we have hired a new IR team. Our goal is to provide more transparency with the shareholders." So they hired a new IR team for more transparency. That's one of the things you want to see in an OTC company, a transparency with the shareholders. And on May 20th, they tweeted, "We understand shareholder expectation for ADHC to generate high revenues. That's why we have been working on some big plans. Stay tuned for future announcement." And they hashtagged "Summer is coming" and acquisitions with an S, meaning there is multiple acquisitions coming. Maybe they talked about the previous one and another one coming, or maybe there are 2 or 3 more in the pipeline. We don't know that for sure yet, but we will need to keep an eye out for ADHC for the next week. So what more do we have on ADHC? It is a low float of the company, around 500 million shares to the public float, just like SYSX, and it has no dilution. The ASOS is maxed out. The market cap is only 3.5 million, and overall it kind of reminds me of DVLP run before it ran. You can see it has multiple channels. It broke the first one. It looks like it's going to break the second one from the 0040 and then head the 0063, 0083, and a potential penny runner. Now obviously for that to happen we need some more catalysts. We will need to see some news. We will need to see some more updates about these kind of acquisitions. What sector is that going to be? How high are the revenues going to be? But if it will be similar to DVLP's generating revenues LOIs, we might see the same exact run. You can see that on DVLP chart it has the same thing, multiple channels, and it broke one after another and ran 300% in about 7 to 8 days. So ADHC has the exact same potential. And now let's move on to the next stock that you should look at following this week is SYSX. We already covered up this stock in the channel, so you know the story behind this one, and you know that we talked about the date of the merger, so there is not much to expand over here. All you need to know that on Tuesday they should, by their 8K, finish the merger, equals to $70 million, and that's why the stock closed green on Friday above the 0.06, and it might even go higher. You can see that it was already at the price of 0.11, so there is more room to go. And if you look back at the chart, you know that there is insane room to go, as it was on the $15 mark 1 year ago. So that's it about SYSX. Now let me show you another stock that gave us another run, which we already covered up 2 weeks ago, and that is GHMP. GHMP, it dropped down to the price of 0.0144 and then ran insanely high to almost 0.1 with a 575%. These low floats in the OTC are giving us bangers after bangers. Another low float that ran insanely high is PACV. It ran from the 0.0115 all the way up to 0.11 with an 840% of a run. These low floaters are giving us bangers after bangers after bangers, and that's why you need to keep your eyes out on those who have yet to run to catch them before they explode just like this one. And the last stock I'll be covering up today will be the stock MDCE. We already covered up this stock previously in the channel, so if you don't know the history of the stock, make sure to go back to previous videos and watch the MDCE cover. So let's talk about the recent updates from MDCE. Now on March 31st, SSM Monopoly Corp, which is the custodian for MDCE, tweeted, MDCE, the previously issued preferred shares were cancelled by the court and now ready to move forward. And we are talking about 2 billion shares that were supposed to be cancelled. They were approved and they were indeed cancelled. But when you go to OTC markets, you can see that the OS is still 2.9 billion shares and a market cap of $12 million. However, on May 20, the company uploaded a quarterly report for 2022, and in that report, you can see that according to March 31st, 2022, the shares outstanding of their common stock was 959 million shares, meaning that the 2 billion shares are now cancelled, and it is only a delay on the transfer agent, bringing the market cap down by 66%, which makes it around the $4 million for a reverse merger through custodian. And you can also see in the filings that the final order to discharge the custodianship was entered on May 6th, 2022. That was only 2 weeks ago. So that is why the company has been so silently. They waited for that custodianship discharge. And now after that the custodianship has been discharged, it is time for some announcement. And on May 18th, Infinite Auctions tweeted, we will be uploading the financials with OTC markets to bring MDCE pink current shortly. We have many announcements to make. Thank you for your patience during this exciting transition. Now, Infinite Auctions is a company handled by Marshall Perkins, which is the new CEO of MDCE, and this is their Twitter account. And just like they said, they did upload the quarterly report 2 days after that tweet. So keep your eyes out for that company. Follow the Twitter account because they have many announcements to make. And this stock is at a very low price, and you can see that it was traded at the penny and the 2 penny mark, and there was absolutely no dilution. So the potential here is very, very good. And that was it about this company. Thank you guys for joining this weekly review. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, comment down below, hit the bell notification button so you don't miss some future videos. If you're not on our Discord channel yet, make sure to go to the description and join our community, because we bring pure value and we find these kind of bangers before they happen. Once again, thank you for joining, and I wish you all a green and a profitable week.